Bilingualism and the brain. The cognitive benefits of speaking more than one language. The bilingual brain, how speaking more than one language benefits your brain. Has Spanish spoken? Have you got French? If you responded yes, oui, or and you're reading this in English, you probably fall into the category of the majority of people who speak more than one language. Additionally, speaking two or more languages means that your brain may really appear and function differently than those of your monolingual pals, which can make traveling and watching movies without subtitles easier. The bilingual brain, how being a language expert can improve your memory. So what exactly does it mean to be a language expert imply? Speaking and writing are the two active components of the conventional language ability test, while listening and reading are the two passive components. The majority of bilinguals worldwide know and utilize their languages to varied degrees, however a balanced bilingual has about equal ability in both languages across the board. They can be divided into three main categories based on their circumstances and the method by which they learned each language. Take Gabriela, for instance, whose family moved to the US from Peru when she was just 2 years old. Why the bilingual brain is superhuman? Do you have what it takes to be bilingual? Let's find out how the bilingual brain works its magic. As a compound bilingual, Gabriela learns both English and Spanish as she starts to understand the world around her. She develops two language codes simultaneously, with a single set of concepts. While studying English in school, her adolescent brother may be a coordinated bilingual, using two different sets of concepts while continuing to speak Spanish at home and with friends. Last but not least, Gabriela's parents are probably subordinate bilinguals who pick up a second language by filtering it via first. The bilingual brain versus the monolingual brain, what neurologists now know. The distinction may not be noticeable to a casual observer because all sorts of multilingual people can become fully skilled in a language regardless of accent or pronunciation. Neurologists now have a better understanding of how particular aspects of language learning influence the bilingual brain because recent advancements in brain imaging technologies. Although this is a matter of degree rather than an absolute divide, it is well recognized that the left hemisphere of the brain is more dominating and analytical in intellectual processes, while the right hemisphere is more engaged in emotional and social ones. The bilingual brain, the crucial period hypothesis. The crucial period hypothesis was motivated by the observation that language incorporates both sorts of activities while lateralization grows gradually with age. This hypothesis holds that infants acquire languages more quickly because their developing brains are malleable enough to allow them to employ both hemispheres for language learning, whereas in most adults, language is lateralized to one hemisphere, typically the left. If this is the case, learning a language when you are young may help you understand its social and emotional aspects more thoroughly. The bilingual brain is more objective when dealing with emotional situations. On the other hand, recent studies revealed that persons who picked up a second language as adults handle problems in the second language rather than their mother tongue with less emotional bias. But regardless of when you pick up new languages, being multilingual has some astonishing benefits for your brain. Some of these effects are even obvious, such as increased gray matter density, which houses the majority of your brain's neurons and synapses, and increased activity in particular areas when speaking a second language. The bilingual brain works harder to stay sharp in older age. A bilingual brain works harder throughout life, which may help delay the onset of conditions like Alzheimer's and dementia by up to 5 years. Although it may be obvious to us now, prior experts would have been startled to learn that bilingualism has significant cognitive advantages. Before the 1960s, bilingualism was viewed as a disability that hindered a child's growth by requiring them to use excessive energy differentiating between languages. This perception was mostly based on invalid research. And while a more recent study did demonstrate that certain bilingual students' reaction times and errors rise during cross-language examinations, it also shown that the effort and focus required to move between languages sparked additional activity and may have even strengthened. This area of the brain is crucial for executive function, problem solving, task switching, and maintaining focus while weeding out unimportant information. The bilingual brain, why it's never too late to learn a new language. Even if you didn't have the good fortune of learning a second language as a child, it's never too late to do yourself a favor and make the linguistic leap from hello to hola. Bonjour, or because when it comes to our brains, a little exercise can go a long way. Therefore, while being bilingual may not necessarily make you smarter, it does make your brain more healthy, complex, and actively engaged.